Can you tell I listen to the Cranberries while getting ready? Hello, friends, and not yet friends. Welcome back to my little corner of the internet. If you've watched any of my videos before, you might have noticed that this is not my usual filming background. It is now. I moved some things around and I still need like a little bit of decor here because it's a bit empty, and maybe here as well. I'm not sure. But I really love it. I'm so glad I finally get to put my trinket wall to good use. Today, we're going to be talking about how to thrift alternative fashion, especially online, what to look for, how to actually find pieces that you're looking for, and some tips and tricks on how to do the whole thing and not get completely ripped off. I have to say up front, building my own wardrobe took a good couple of years. If you're just starting out in trying to build an alternative wardrobe or any kind of wardrobe, please don't feel like you need to go out and buy like everything all at once. Curating your style and finding your style just takes a while. I feel like I just needed to say that up front. Take your time and you will find really cool things with time. If you're looking to start building an alternative wardrobe, the most affordable and sustainable way is to buy things secondhand. In trying that, you might have run into the problem of not really knowing what to look for or not finding what you want, or feeling like you can't find cool things without them still being expensive, even secondhand. But we're going to change that today because I'm going to give you some tips on how to find really cool things secondhand online. There are no inherently goth or alternative clothes. You just need to learn how to style certain pieces well and in a way that you enjoy. And the best thing you can do for that is to learn how to layer, learn the basics, and learn how to recognize good pieces or pieces that you like on their own, like in the wild. A basic black skirt from H&M could look a lot more goth than whatever abominations you could find on Killstar for 3 times the price if you style it right. If you already know what kind of stuff you like, what you're kind of looking for, please feel free to skip ahead to whatever number I'm putting right here, because we're going to start with how to actually figure out what kind of things you like or what kind of things you should be shopping for that aren't just black t-shirts and black leggings. So if you don't know where to start, if you don't know what you're looking for, if you don't know what kind of styles you like, and all you know is you like kind of alternative stuff, you're going to want to go on Pinterest or TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, where the fuck ever, and look up alternative outfits. You can add a subculture or some keywords like goth or whimsy goth or grunge, emo, punk, whatever kind of flavour of alternative you like, if you already have some kind of idea of what kind of clothes you're into. But if you don't, or if you just want to see what's out there, just leave it blank and look for alternative outfits. Next, you're going to want to scroll through and kind of save things, write things down, look at the kind of descriptor words people use, whose outfits you like. And if you're finding certain terms or words or descriptors to pop up more often, you could also look for those things like romantic goth outfits or crust punk outfits. Those are just the first 2 examples I could think of. And you could just look up those more in depth. I'm really good with words. Then, whenever you've had enough of scrolling, you're going to want to go through your saved stuff and compare. Are there certain colours or patterns that pop up more often? Are there lots of similar silhouettes like long flowy skirts and maxi dresses or short poofy baby doll dresses, for example? Are there certain brands that pop up a lot, certain descriptor words? Write those things down or make a mental note of what you're seeing more often, and those are the terms you're going to want to look up on Vinted, like the stuff you've seen a lot in your searches. Now that all of that is out of the way, let's actually get into how to shop for stuff secondhand online. My first piece of advice is do not ever go on Vinted, Depop, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, wherever you shop online, and look up terms like goth, gothic, alternative, emo, Y2K, new metal, any of that stuff. If people know it fits a niche style, they will overprice it like crazy because they know people will tend to pay more for those things because it's harder to find according to them. What I like to do instead is look for keywords by shape or fabric type or like just what type of garment it is rather than style, and you'll want to be really specific. So let's say I am trying to find a dress like this one that I'm wearing here so gorgeously. Instead of just looking up black mini dress, I would probably search for something like baby doll dress with puffy sleeves or A-line mini dress with a square neckline. Something like that. I'm trying to be less stuck on specific colours when I buy things because I predominantly wear dark clothes, mostly black, which means I can just dye whatever if I find something but it's not a colour that I would wear, or if I like the shape but it's not black, you know? If you don't want to do all that, just put whatever colour you're looking for in your keywords or set it in the filters. Here's an example. I have this outfit saved on Pinterest, and for the sake of this, we're going to pretend I don't own a single piece of clothing and I need to buy everything off of Vinted. Here is what I would do for every single piece that you see in this image. For the skirt, I searched for floral maxi skirt, set the filters to black, grey, and I think purple. And here's two options I found. I personally prefer this one with the grey roses, but the other one is closer to the inspo pic, and it's also cheaper by like €1. So I guess the other one wins. With this shirt, I found it a little bit more difficult to find the exact vibe that I was going for without it getting a little too expensive for my taste. But I searched for black graphic baby tee and cropped graphic t-shirt. If you're like hellbent on having a certain design, you could also add heart, star, butterfly, whatever kind of thing you want on your shirt. I personally didn't really care for this and just wanted to see what people had to offer. My favourite one that I found is this one, which unfortunately was priced at like €12 plus shipping, which there's no fucking way I'm paying €12 for what I know is going to be Shein swimsuit material. I think it's like the way the graphic is printed on that, where it's like a little faded zip type situation. I don't know how to word it, but I think that's what drew me to this shirt for replicating that outfit. It kind of looks like the print on the inspo t-shirt. So I kept going because, again, no way I was gonna even hypothetically spend that much for a Shein t-shirt. And after scrolling for what felt like hours, I finally found these. Are they also probably Shein or AliExpress? Most likely, but at least they are way less expensive. So, which I know that's like a whole debate about buying Shein and Romwe and whatever they're all called secondhand. That's a topic for another video, but like personally, don't care. They're already produced. If you like it, if you don't mind it being crap material, just go for it. Who cares? So anyway, getting back to the topic at hand, with the shoes, I know that the original ones in the inspiration pic are Demonias, and there's no fucking way in hell I would ever be able to find these, even secondhand, even if they were knockoffs from AliExpress and not real Demonias, for less than like 50, 60, €70. So I kind of made peace with that and opted to just search for black platform sandals instead. And while these ones I found and ended up picking for this imaginary outfit we're building are probably the one piece that looks the least like the inspo, I do think, like, overall, they still encompass that kind of 90s retro, witchy, cool girl summer vibe. And they're less than €10, including shipping. So really, what more could you want? Now that we've got the base outfit and we don't have to go out naked and with bare feet, let's accessorize. For the bracelet, I just searched for moon charm bracelet and immediately found this beauty for a whopping €3.33, including shipping. And I think it was like the third one that popped up. I'm not even joking. I was so lucky with that one. And now all that's left to find is a bag, which for some reason was even more difficult than finding a t-shirt. I don't know what it is, maybe because I'm just a purse snob, a bag snob. But this also took a while. The material in the inspo looks kind of like corduroy or suede-y, I'm not entirely sure. So my first two searches were slouchy suede bag and slouchy corduroy bag, which gave me some results, like this one and this one, but not quite what I was going for. So I changed my search to big corduroy hobo bag and I found this one. And I think it's absolutely perfect. It fits the whole like casual whimsigoth vibe. And with the little like decorations on it, you don't even need the sun and moon brooch that I only just saw now as like an extra thing. So, and that is our entire outfit. Here they are side by side for you to have a gander. And I have to say, it is pretty close. I'm so proud of myself. I did a good job. And on top of the whole thing, the entire Vinted outfit with shoes and a bag and bracelets came out to less than €50, including shipping, which is so good for a whole outfit, in my opinion. And you can apply this sort of search method to pretty much anything, really, even like electronics, jewelry, fucking, I don't know, home decor, whatever you want. It just takes a bit of practice, really. What you can also do is look up brands that you like and maybe find some stuff for cheaper. I personally tend to avoid this unless I'm looking for a really specific piece though, because it's kind of the same thing that I mentioned right at the beginning with resellers, especially knowing that the more niche something is, the more people will be willing to spend on it, and they're gonna price those things at like almost the same as they would be new, which is kind of fucked up if you ask me. Some brands that I do personally look up from time to time and that I also like to look to for inspiration, because some of them post lookbooks and stuff, are, I'm going to look off to the side because my list is over there and I don't have them in my head. Sourpuss, Hell Bunny, Disturbia, Killstar, Pungrave, Motel, Band Alternative, Dolls Kill, which, side note, don't buy from Dolls Kill directly. They are an awful company and most of their shit is dropship crap anyway. Collusion, Koi Footwear, and Free People if you're into kind of hippie Mormon looking stuff, which I am from time to time, believe it or not. If you're into wearing graphic tees and hoodies, you could also look up your favourite bands or movies you like. I've personally been able to find some real gems on there. Just, again, be careful with resellers and please don't get ripped off. Obviously, you can take the same logic of looking for the kind of shapes you enjoy or nice fabrics and kind of DIYing stuff for in-person thrifting as well. Depending on where you live, you're obviously going to be a little more limited on stuff that you're able to find, and it's going to take some more legwork than just, you know, sitting in your bed and scrolling on your little phone. Which is not to say that you can't find really cool stuff in like brick and mortar thrift stores. I just personally, especially with not, you know, being a sample size and being able to just buy clothes and take them in if I like them but they're a little too big, have not really had a lot of luck with in-person thrift stores, and I just prefer buying online. I will go into normal thrift stores like in the real world just to look at stuff, window shop, maybe buy decor. Most of the shit on this wall is from thrift stores. I just don't tend to buy clothes from there. I really hope this little guide was helpful for at least some people. I know a lot of people would probably prefer some kind of curated list of online shops and like a shopping list of things to buy and where to buy them, and just add everything to cart and be done with it and call it a day without having to think about styling or anything ever again. But I don't know, combining stuff your own way and experimenting with things and also looking a little silly sometimes and slowly curating your wardrobe and your own style over time is like such an integral part of alternative fashion. I feel that it would be a disservice to just be like, buy this dress from Killstar and this dress from Disturbia and these Demonia shoes and you'll be golden, because that's not how personal style works. Anyway, if you have any more questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments and I will do my best to help you. Also, please tell me about your favourite thrift find to date. I think mine has to be this clown, the big one, right here. I love my clown doll. A lot of people think he's haunted and a little weird and creepy, but he is my boy and I adore him. Looking at the viewfinder because I love him. Yeah, tell me about your favourite thrift find. It obviously doesn't have to be clothes. Mine's a clown doll. I'm just obsessed with him, really. If you enjoy these types of videos, please do let me know by liking this video and maybe consider subscribing if you would like to see more from yours truly. As always, thank you ever so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye!